primal forces of nature, and I won't have it. The Arabs have taken billions of dollars out of this country, and now they must put it back. It is ebb and flow, tidal gravity. It is ecological balance. There is only one holistic system of systems. One vast, interwoven, interacting, multivariate, multinational dominion of dollars.
There is no democracy. There is only IBM and ITT and AT&T and DuPont, Dow, Union Carbide, and Exxon. Those are the nations of the world today.
It is the international system of currency which determines the totality of life on this planet.
Greed is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Greed clarifies and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Greed, you mark my words, will not only save Teldar paper, but that other malfunctioning corporation called the USA. Thank you very much.
The Nazis were obviously wrong to hate the Jews. But their hating the Jews was not without a cause. The cause was not real. The cause was imagined. The cause was fear. Think of another minority. But a minority is only thought of as one when it constitutes some kind of threat to the majority, a real threat, or even an imagined one. And therein lies the fear. And, if the minority is somehow invisible, this fear is the reason the minority is persecuted. So, there always is a cause. And the cause is fear. Minorities are just people. Fear, after all, is our real enemy. Fear is taking over our world. Fear is being used as a tool of manipulation in our society. It's how politicians sell policy and how Madison Avenue sells us things that we don't need. Think about it. Fear that we're going to be attacked. Fear that there are communists lurking around every corner. Fear that some little Caribbean country that doesn't believe in our way of life poses a threat to us. Fear that black culture may take over the world. Fear of Elvis Presley's hips.
I have chosen you to preach this evangel.
Why me?
Because you're on television, dummy. 60 million people watch you every night of the week, Monday through Friday.
I have seen the face of God.
To the phones, we'll start with Greg in Worcester, Ohio. Greg, thanks for waiting and welcome to the program. Hey, how you doing?
No, we just want Jews to be perfected, as they say.
If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. The lie can be maintained only for such time as the state can shield the people from the political, economic, or military consequences. The truth is the greatest enemy of the state. It thus becomes vitally important for the state to use all of its powers to repress dissent. Propaganda to the home front must create an optimum anxiety level. Think of the press as a great keyboard on which the government can play. We have made the right by propaganda.
President George W. Bush.
The Iraqi regime has violated all of those obligations. It possesses and produces chemical and biological weapons. It is seeking nuclear weapons. It is giving shelter and support to terrorism.
In my line of work, you got to keep repeating things over and over and over again for the truth to sink in, to kind of catapult the propaganda.
That when we talk about war, we're really talking about peace.
That's where I come in.
Generation Talk Radio. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
The Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, you can come if you invest here.
Or lease. They are code words. If you have a priest that is pushing social justice, go find another parish.
Get off my phone!
When the critics are more interested in punishing this country over a few incidents at Abu Ghraib and Guantanamo Bay than they are in defeating those who want to kill us, this is no different than what happens at the Skull and Bones initiation, and we're going to ruin people's lives over it, and we're going to hamper our military efforts.
They were alarmed by the growth of the black community, and they didn't want to have to support a bunch of indigent black babies.
No, you can't, jerk. Now listen to me right now. Don't play this game with me, Steve. My guess is, as a homosexual man, you've been in love with 100. How many are you in love with right now?
You must be ready to hang yourself there or kill somebody. I don't know how you take it. They're so full of themselves. All their bumper stickers, all their ugly faces, the little fingers they give you as they cut you off from the right lane. I know who you're talking about. The collaborationists. They would welcome the Muslims. They'd throw flowers in the streets if Osama came here.
When the truth is, if people like you ever end up in control of the country, we are finished. You will give it away in order to make yourself feel good that you are against death.
Dick in Wyoming, you're on.
Simply stated, there is no doubt that Saddam Hussein now has weapons of mass destruction. There is no doubt that he is amassing them to use against our friends, against our allies, and against us.
Take a look at what Rush Limbaugh is saying about Michael J. Fox, the actor who suffers from Parkinson's disease and is campaigning for Democrats who support stem cell research.
Stem cell research offers hope to millions of Americans with diseases like diabetes, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's.
He is moving all around and shaking, and it's purely an act.
With so much at stake, there's every indication this year's campaign could get even uglier. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News.
My opinion on autism, a fraud, a racket. I'll tell you what autism is in 99% of the cases. It's a brat who hasn't been told to cut the act out. That's what autism is.
Using not merely the communists, but the fellow travelers, liberals, the eggheads, and some of my good friends in both the Democrat and Republican parties.
Have you no sense of decency, sir?